So let me introduce myself. My name is Yogi. So I have 6 plus years of experience in IT industry. So my core skills are Python, Django, API, and AWS. So etc. Some UI part like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. These skills I were used in my projects. So currently, I'm working as a senior software engineer, and as I have a passionate to teaching, so I'm giving the online training for who are interested to learn the new skills. So, I'm giving one. I'm running one batch in my free time, and also I'm giving real time examples, and as well as I'll support the like who are really working hard. So I'm giving suggestions, I'm clearing the doubts, I'm also giving the projects. So when they want to attending the interviews, so and also I'm supporting them. So this is my agenda. So I'm running one batch. Okay. So in this, I'm dealing three courses actually. So one is a Python core and advanced. This is one course. Okay, and this is one course. It took almost 45 days, and the another course is web development using the Django framework, and these are the UI technologies and MySQL database I'm including in this course. And third course is REST API. So nowadays the companies are all are using APIs, so which are important in the projects to develop the projects. Okay, so REST API I'm teaching in the as a third course. So these three course I'm giving. Okay, and let me show you the content of Python first. Let me open the Python content. Yeah, you can see here. So there is a core Python. In this, I'm covering introduction to Python and Python identifiers, keywords, variables unpacking, Python data types, mutable, immutable objects, type conversions, operators. Okay, so control flow statements in this if else conditions, looping statements, while loop, for loop, and built-in functions in Python, and introduction to data structures, string data structure, list data structure, tuple data structure, and differences between list and tuple, set, dictionary data structure, functions, and lambda functions, modules, imports, packages, shallow copy, deep copy, and file, how we can manage the files in Python, file handling, and how if we get the errors, runtime errors, so how we can handle them in Python. So there is a concept called exception handling. So these are the core Python, and if we see the advanced Python, so OOPS concept, object oriented programming principles, OOPS. And in this encapsulation, what is class, method, object, okay, and variables. Within the class, we will use the variables, static variables, non-static, local, global. So these kind of variables, and how to add the variable and remove the data from the class, and garbage collection, inheritance, types of inheritance, and polymorphism, and Python database connections, and multi-threading, iterators, generators, closures, decorators, and regular expressions in Python, and command line arguments, and some of the Python modules we will cover in this course. So this is all about the Python course content. Okay. I'll show you one more content. So Django. So in this Django, I did not mention the subtopics, but high level. So we will see the history of Django and features of the Django, installation and project, and what is the application in Django, and what is the architecture of Django, and what are the views, how to connect the database through Django, and verifying executing the connection, and what are the models. CRUD operations means creating, retrieving, updating, deleting the data in Django. So there are three ways we can do the CRUD operations and database model relationships. So relationships and inheritance also we have in Django models and field name, restrictions, model manager, templates. So in these templates we will use the UI technologies, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. These things we will use in templates and static templates and dynamic templates and so CSS, cascading style sheets and inline internal external. So these all are related to templates means UI technologies. And we have the forms in Django as well as in HTML also we have the forms. We will cover both forms, Django forms and HTML forms, and virtual environment and URLs in Django and uploading the files and images and templates, inheritance, static files, and form validations, cookies, sessions, cache management. So these things we will cover in Django. Okay. So in REST API also we will cover the all the topics in the. I did not created the content for this, but I have the uh, concepts in Django REST framework also. Okay, so in that, after completing the Django, I'll also uh, create the one project for you. So which is a realistic project. Okay, so in that we will know like how we are doing in the real time. So there we will use all Python, Django, and database. Everything we will use in this project. Okay. So this is all about course, three courses, and it took almost 4 months. Okay, almost 4 months it will took. Okay. So this is about the brief agenda of course details. Okay. So now we can start the introduction part. So let me go to this. Okay, so before starting the Python introduction, in general I'll give you what software engineers does. So the people, they don't know what they will do in the company. So we will discuss that thing. Basically, if you find a if you find a problem in your surrounding, if you find a problem in your surrounding, so that problem we can solve through the application, through the software. So for example, so previously, if you want to search a rooms for rent, okay. So what we will do, we will go to like manually roaming in the streets and finding the rooms, right? But after that, so many applications we have like nobroker.com, something like that. So that application, you can find the rooms through the application. And previously, so we will in hospitals, so we will go and take the uh, appointment from the receptionist. But nowadays, through the applications, we will book the appointment through the application. And if you see other examples like Zomato, Swiggy, um, Rapido, so these applications are really solving the problems, right? If you want to find a bike or auto, you not need to go outside and ask them. So you can, through the application, you can book the auto or bike or car, right? So there are so many problem statements solving by the applications. So basically that applications, software engineers will design. So what the software engineers does, software engineers will design and create an application to solve the real world problems. Okay, so software engineers, sometimes we may call it as a software developers. They were usually fall into two categories like front end developers and back end developers. So why I am giving this software this introduction means some people they don't know what is front end, what is back end, what are the technologies involved in this uh, front end side and back end side. So for them I'm giving what exactly the software engineers does, and so what is the real output, how it is useful to the customers, end users. So that is I'm going to tell you here. Okay, so front end developers and back end developers. So what are the technologies for front end and back end? So let's say client side technologies. There are two technical words we are using: client side technologies and server side technologies. Okay, so client side technologies means browser. So client means browser, so we are the operating on the browser. So let's say for example if you open the browser, okay, so here we are seeing, for example, let me open one website. Okay, so if you open this, so this is a client side, so we are the clients. So what we are seeing on the screen. Okay, so this is a browser side. We have the colorful text and colorful buttons, rounded corners. Okay, search boxes, some header and some body, and so in the bottom there is a footer section. Okay, so these all are we have. So this beautiful design, if you want to create this beautiful design, so we have the technologies. So those are called user interface technologies, UI technologies, also client side technologies. So what are the technologies involved here? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, AngularJS, React.js, etc. Okay, so these all are the front end side technologies. So if you are really interested, choose UI technologies and learn these all the things, and you will become a front end developer. Okay, then coming to the server side technologies means, so there are the technologies, programming languages, Python, Java, .NET, etc. And databases, MySQL, Oracle, Postgres, MongoDB, etc. And Django REST framework, and Spring Boot, Web API, etc. Okay, so these technologies, if you learn these technologies, you will become a backend developer. Okay, who knows all of these technologies, they are called as a full stack developers. So as we beginner, so what I am recommending you, so you can choose any one of these. So later, after entering into the industry, so you will slowly focus on other technologies. So likewise, after 2 years, 3 years, we will become a full stack developer. But as a beginner, you don't go deeply in both the technologies. First focus one side technologies, and other side you can learn very basics. That's enough. So in this our course, in so we are the backend developers actually. So we will teach this Python and Django framework and API. So as we are backend developer, we are also some including some front end technologies like HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. We will cover these things in this course in Django. Okay, and how to become a software engineer. So, my recommendation is you can build new skills and validate your skills to the companies. Okay, you can show your talent in the interview in front of the employers, companies. So for that, you can start learning, choose the technology which you want to learn, and learn them and practice and attending the interview, and finally you get the job. So this is a flow I am suggesting and recommending. So don't expect you should get a job very in short term. Keep the target 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, and from day one you can practice, practice, then and attend the interview and then get the job. So this is the only flow I am recommending. Okay, so this is all about before going entering into the technology. So this is in general introduction. I hope you people get an idea about so what software engineers are doing in the companies. Okay, now now we can start our actual demo on Python. Okay, let's begin with the introduction to the Python. Okay, so before that, I'll tell you. Oh, after completing this all of this course, by completing all of this course, so what will we will create an application like, so we can develop web applications, web development. So we are the web developers. So we will, at the end, we will create the applications like this. Okay, so if you type some domain name here, so we will get the web pages. So these are the web pages. So if you click on register, it is giving another web page. So we are creating the web pages. Okay, so so front end developers, they will create a form like this. Okay, so after filling the data, okay, after filling the data, when you click on register, where this data will go, where this data will go, right? So when you click on this register now button, so this data will captured by the backend. Okay, backend development. So in the backend technologies, they will catch this data and process the data and load it into database. It will insert this data into database. So that logic we will write in the backend. Okay, and if you want to log in, okay, if you want to log in, so you are already registered. So when you enter this credentials and click on login, so it will, this data will be captured by the backend technology, and that data will be validated with the database. So it will find the username and password in the database. If it is matching, then it will allowing you to enter into this application. So like that, we will create an applications. So the ultimate goal is we are going to create an web application. Okay, so this is the end. By after completing, by the end of all of these three courses, we will able to create applications like, for example, like this. Okay, now we will start introduction. Okay, so let's get started. Python introduction. So Python is a general purpose high level programming language. Okay, so high level programming language means, so the Python, every language actually, so it will understand only binary language. It will, the machine will understand only binary language. Binary language means like zeros, ones and zeros. Okay, so why we are calling this Python is high level programming language means, so it will take the input from the human and convert into the binary language, and processing the operations and all, and it is giving again back in the human understandable language. Okay, so that's why we are calling this language is high level programming language. So it will human understandable uh, language. It will give the output in the human understandable language. Okay, so who developed this Python? So he there is a person called Guido van Rossum. So Guido van Rossum, he is the person who developed Python. So in 1989. So he was working in National Research Institute at Netherlands. Okay, but officially this Python was started using by the public in 1991. So we can say the official date of birth of Python is Feb 20th, 1991. Okay, so it is a free and open source. It is free and open source. Why it is free and open source means, so you can freely download without purchasing any license. You do not need to pay any license. So it is free even for commercial use also. Even for commercial, if you want to do a business, if you want to use Python, so it is free. No need to purchase license, and it is easy to learn. So Python has very simple and elegant syntax. It much easier to read and write the programs when compared to the other languages. See, if you take the C language, C++, Java, C sharp, so their syntax is somewhat difficult because it is a complex syntax. Like we need to follow the curly braces, open and close curly braces, and in each and every statement we need to keep the semicolons at the end. Okay, so there are some complex syntax, but in our Python it is very simple syntax, not that much complex. And what is portable? Portable means if you write a Python program in Mac or any other operating system. So right now I'm using Mac. Okay, so in Mac, if I create a program in Mac, and if I that file I can share it with you. If you are using Windows, so that file will be executed in Windows also without changing any code. Yeah, so that means it is a portable. So the people, different people, they will use different Windows, like Windows, Mac, Ubuntu, Linux, Unix. These operating systems they will use, right? So in that also, it will program will execute without needed any code changes. And Python is recommended as first programming language for beginners. So if you doesn't have any coding knowledge, also you are eligible to start learning Python. So it is a first programming language for beginners. Even you don't have even you have zero coding knowledge, also you are eligible to start learning. Okay. Okay, I don't want to waste the time on giving so much theory in Python. Nobody will ask. So whatever the required, I kept only that statements only I was added here. No need to go deeply on theory part. So that is a thing, and why we need to learn Python. Why we need to learn Python? So why can't we go and learn Java, right? I'll tell you, there are some reasons to recommend learn Python. Okay, so Python is first of all very easy to learn, and it is syntax is very easy and code is very readable. So when you are reading the code, so you will understand little bit because it is a readable only. It seems like you are reading some English essay, something like that. So that's why it is easy. And Python has a lot of applications. We can develop many applications using Python. Okay, it is used for developing the web applications, data science, and rapid applications development, and so on. So we can I'll tell you what kind of applications we will develop here. So I'll tell you, but it has a lot of applications. Okay, not only limited application. And Python allows you to write programs in fewer lines of code than the most other programming languages. See, if you want to get an output, for the same output we will write in different programming languages the code. But if you compare the lines of code, Python will took very less lines of code compared to other languages. So I will show you with an example how it is allowing the less number of lines of code. And the popularity of the Python is growing rapidly nowadays. So now it's most popular programming language. So I'll show you that. So you can enter most popular programming language. Okay. So the GitHub is doing the survey. Okay. The GitHub is doing the survey. So if you can see the graph here, so in 2014, the Python in fourth place. So gradually it is increasing. In 2015, it is becoming third place. 16, 18. So 18 to it become in the first place, and the second one is the Java. Java will come down in the next place after the Python. So JavaScript is a client-side programming language. It is a front-end side, and why it is always top means if you are developing an application in Java, front backend side we are using Java, but front end side we will use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So there we are using JavaScript. If you are developing an application with Python, so backend side we will use the Python technologies, but in front end side same technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So in every application JavaScript will be used, but in backend the technologies will change. Some companies will do the projects using Java, some companies will do the projects in Python. Okay, so nowadays the popularity is growing in Python, so all are learning Python only, and all the companies are doing uh, Python only, projects with the Python only. Okay, so that's why, considering these all of these reasons, we are recommending to learn Python. Okay, so then how to get started? So if you want to write a Python program, how we can get started? So there is an official website called python.org, python.org. So just click on this download, and you can find the download button here. Okay, so just click download this version. Okay, the latest version, and after downloading, just you click on next. Okay, so it will install the Python application in your machine. So when you are first time opening that installation, so it will ask the one checkbox. Okay, so add to path checkbox, so just you can check that box and click on next. Then your Python will be installed in your machine. After that, if you want to check the Python version, just go to the command prompt. So in your Windows, in the starting search bar, so just enter cmd. Okay, cmd, then it will install. Sorry, in the terminal you can type this command, python space minus version. So then it will show you the what version you have installed in your machine. Okay, so after that you can start writing the program. Okay, so before that, as I mentioned, so Python allows you to write the programs in fewer lines of code. Okay, so just see how the code in different languages to. So there is a requirement called, we need to print the hello world text. Okay, so this text we need to show the output. Okay. So if we write the code in Java, okay, so just we will follow this code. Class, we need to give the class name, and I open and close curly braces. So we need to write public static void main, and we need to give the data type and the variable args, and we open and close again curly braces, and system dot out dot println. So this statement we need to write to print every text. Okay, and at the end we need to must add this semicolon. Okay, So this much code we need to write for hello world. And in C language, so we are add this hash include standard input output dot headers. Okay, this statement. And we need to add a void main and open and close parenthesis and open curly brace and close curly brace, and within that print of this string, and at the end we must add this semicolon in C language. But in our Python, no such syntax. Just print and give the text, then it will print. That's it. So you have done your first program in your Python. So let me write. So for that, after installing, so here the left side, right now I'm using Mac. I'm unable to show you how exactly in Windows, but here left side in Windows, there is search bar, right? Search bar. So there you can type IDLE. IDLE means Integrated Development Learning Environment. Okay, so just open that. So why, what is this ideally, why it is just this is a pa- blank page. Okay, just piece of paper. Okay, just click on file and take new file. Okay, so this is coming along with the Python installation. This is coming along with the Python installation. Okay, if you don't want to write program in this, you can write it in also in notepad. Okay, so there are these are all are called editors, these all are called editors. So what are these all are called editors? Okay, so what editors, like this is ideally, okay, editor or notepad and notepad plus, okay, and Visual Studio Code, VS Code, PyCharm, okay, PyCharm, and Sublime Text. So right now the Sublime Text, this is, see here I'm writing the notes here, right? So this is a Sublime Text. Okay, and these all are just different type of editors, so where we can write the program. So whichever you are comfortable, you can use any of the editors. There are so many editors we have. Okay, so nothing difference, only the way of looking is different. If you see this Sublime Text, this is kind of view presentation like this. If you are using ideally, okay, if you are using ideally, so this is the uh, way we can see. Okay, so simply we can say there are different color papers, we can say. So wherever you want write, you can write. So the say it will open in everywhere. So for example, like if you have any video file, so you will open in different players, right? VLC player, some other KMP player, some different players we will play the same video. In that same, like we will open the code in ideally or VS Code or PyCharm, everywhere we can open. Okay, so I'm this is the default editor by it is coming with the Python installation. Okay, so now I am writing the program, Python program, print of hello world. Okay, hello world. Okay, so this is the program, first program, and I'm going to save this file. Save. Okay, I'm going to save this file. So I'm going to save this file. So demo1.py. Okay, demo1.py. So now I'm saving. So after saving, you can see here demo1.py. And now I'm going to execute this program. So click on run. So click on run module. Now you can see the output for this program. So this is the code and this is the output. Now we are good with our first program. Okay. So yeah. So this is the first program we did in our Python. Okay. So that's why it is allowing less number of lines of code. So this many lines we don't need to write in Python. Only one statement, one line. Okay. So Python name was taken from a TV show. So Guido was taken the name Python from one of the web series. So there is a web series called The Complete Monty Python Circus. Okay. So which was broadcasted in BBC channel from 1969 to 1974. Okay. So he was taken the name Python from this title. Okay. If you go and search in the Google, okay, this complete Monty Python circus, if you see the Wikipedia, okay, if you see the Wikipedia, so here it is showing this is directed by and what is the theme? You can read here. British uh, is a British series, okay, comedy series, okay, which is broadcasted in 1969 and with the 45 episodes. Okay, this is in BBC channel. Okay, it is a German TV, two episodes from 1969 to 1974. Okay. So this is the title actually. In this title, from this title, he was taken the name Python and given it his programming language. And how he was simplified this much code. So he was taken almost all the programming features from different languages. So there is a functions concept, functional programming features, meaning functions concept in C language. Object oriented programming features, OOPS concept from C++. Okay. And scripting languages from Perl and shell script. From all of different programming language, he taken different features and he simplified the features and put it in Python programming in easy and simple way. Okay, and so where we can use the Python, where we can use the Python. So we can use everywhere. The most important application areas are for developing the desktop applications. So desktop application means .exe files, .exe files. So in our when we download any application in the desktops, okay, so there will be .exe file will be downloaded. So when we click on that, double click on that .exe file, then it will ask open one window, and when click on next, it will install in our mission. Okay, like mp3 cutter, video cutter, some MS Office, these all are applications are the desktop applications. Okay. So for developing the web applications means like as I shown, we are going to develop these web applications like Naukri.com. These web applications we are going to develop by learning these. For every application, they have different frameworks. See, if you are going to develop web applications, we are going to be use Python, Django, and APIs. These things for desktop. So we have different frameworks like PyQt, something GUI, graphical user interface, some desktop application related frameworks we need to learn. So database applications and networking. So in networking side also port numbers, servers, sockets, protocols. So in that domain also we will use a Python. And for developing the games, so in if you want to develop a game, so gaming related frameworks we need to learn. Okay, so Pygame, something like that. There are some frameworks to develop the games and data analysis. So if you want to deal with the big data, okay, so we will use the Python for data analysis and machine learning, AI, artificial intelligence, IoT. IoT means Internet of Things. So Internet of Things means like in ACs, we have the internet. We are going to operate that ACs, fridge, and TVs. All are connected with the internet, and we are operating with an applications, right? So within that things also we will write the python code. Okay, so these, not only these, in also some other applications also we can develop with the python. So that's why here I mentioned, so python has a lot of applications. Python has a lot of applications. So these many applications we can develop using the python. Okay, so note, there is a topmost companies, okay, like Google, YouTube, also they are using the Python code. So we have YouTube application, right? In that application they were used Python code, and there is a Google search engine. So in that also they were used Python coding, and scientific applications like NASA, space centers, and stock exchange, national stock exchange, NSE. So their applications also they are using Python code. The topmost companies like Google, Microsoft, IBM, Yahoo, those companies are also they are creating their project with the Python. That's why we have the demand in Python. So that's why we are recommending to learn Python. Okay. For every artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, the basic uh, mm, programming language is Python only we need for them. Okay. Yeah, this is all about the introduction of Python. Okay, so who developed and when it is developed, what are the features in Python, why we need to learn and how to get started. Okay, and what are the differences with other languages. Okay, so how the name comes and how he was developed, um, and where we can use the Python. Okay, so these are about small introduction about the Python. So any doubts, any questions till now? Yes. Hmm, 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 hmm. Yeah. Yes, good question. Good question. So it doesn't matter. Oh, you are coming from different background. You are coming from non-technical. That is doesn't matter. Only thing is, do you have the skill or not? If you have the skill, you can validate your skill with the employers. That's it. And nowadays, that is doesn't matter. If you have the skill, you can prove yourself and you can get the job. Even I do come from different background only. Now I got 6+ years of experience, and now before that I was in mapping domain. So I worked for mapping, like it which is technical but not the programming, not the IT. It is the technical only, but I did work on creating the maps. Okay, so I'm the example, come from different background to IT industry. Everyone can eligible, only the thing is you must have the degree. That's it. And after that you can learn these skills and you can show your talent. Any other questions? Hello. If you are talking, you are in mute. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, definitely, definitely. They should practice more than what we teach in the class, because so in our class we can't give the all the scenarios. Okay, we will give the concept. So how it is useful. So from that they should practice in different inputs. Okay, so they should practice in different examples. But then only they will have the knowledge. So from the day one, from the beginning, when we start the classes, no. So from the day one, they should practice. The practice, more practice. Then only they will get the doubts. If they are clarifying their doubts, they will get more knowledge. See, almost the course for all of these three, it took 4 months, right? So for the 4 months, they should practice from the beginning, day one, and after completing the class also, so they will create one application with their own. So they will ask the doubts, and I'll support them if while they are doing their own project. Okay, so then only they will tell in the interviews, I did project on this, I used these modules, that modules, so I created like this, like that. They will easily tell the project explanation in the interview. So after let's take 4 months plus, after 4 months, m- 2 more months, like to practice and creating the project. So, so then 6 months is for sure they have to set the goal, and after completing the course they will good to start attending the interviews. But after 6 months, some people may get in the seventh month, 8 month, 9 month. Some people may get the job in the 1 year. Okay, depends on how they were practiced in these 6 months. So target keep the target from 6 to 12 months. So depends on their practice, they will get the job after 6 months, within 12 months.
Okay, and I have other question. So, are you going to every day you are teaching, right?
Sorry, I can you repeat?
So, every day you are teaching some a topic, right? So, are you going
Yes.
to validate the same topic which they have worked or not? So, next day,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
also,
See, every day I'll give some assignments, like
okay,
assignments in the sense. So if I give the concept related questions I will give. So take this input and try to write a program and get this expected output. Kind of examples I'll ask them to do. So next day I'll ask, like if they are having some challenges writing their code, then I'll explain.
okay, that's great, Yogi. I got all I got all the answers,
Okay.
and if there is anything, definitely will ping you. So through your
Sure.
WhatsApp, okay. So
Yes.
yeah, and also yeah, I will yeah, in YouTube also will post anything. We will give you comment there. So please
Okay.
respond on time. So then definitely
Sure.
this
Sure.
will be helpful for
Sure.
you. Yeah.
Sure. This is completely different from institutes. It is not an institute. So as I am interested to passionate teaching, so I'm running one batch, only one batch while working my project. Okay. So in my free time, I'm just giving one batch. So for them only, there are limited strength in this course. So feel free to ask your questions, and because it seems like a one-on-one interaction, not in the bulk students in a class. There are few limited students only, like hardly 5 6 members. Okay, so
And
then it is
also,
very interactive.
yeah,
Sorry.
and also I have other question, Yogi. Actually, some people does not have a time, so they would like to work. They would like to take in person irregular timings. Is that kind of training is available with you?
Yeah, definitely. Why not? So I'm running daily one batch. So other than this, if there are any others, they want one-on-one separately with their own timings. So if both our timings are convenient, we can do that.
Okay, and I have other question, Yogi. Is your training fees fixed or any kind of negotiations will be there according to their situation and students could not able to pay some cost? And outside of the
Yeah,
market,
definitely.
in the outside of the market, institution people are taking too much amount. They are charging too
Mm.
much as we are concerned about that. So could you please
Mm.
negotiate with the your fee and is it not like that?
Definitely, I'm not doing business. As I mentioned, I'm only passionate about teaching. So that's why I'm running this one batch along my doing job. So definitely, I'll give the negotiation. Uh, Depends on their situations. Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
that is a individual discussion for
Okay,
them.
okay. Thank you so much, Yogi. Thank you so much. Yeah, that would be great actually. Yeah, that's it from my side. Thanks for allowing me further questions.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. So we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Again, thank you.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you, Yogi. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.